Hello guys, welcome to Improve 10x. Today we are going to discuss about abstract. In abstract we have abstract methods as well as abstract classes. Today we are going to answer a lot of questions related to abstract. Let's try to understand the basics. If you consider a method, it is a simple processing unit where you can accept some input and you can provide some output. There are cases where you don't want to reveal the implementation. One way is we may not know what is happening, or the other one is we don't want to know, we don't want the user to know the details also. When we wanted to implement these kind of things, like the processing should be done but we should not be aware of what exactly is happening inside, in that case we can use the concept of abstraction from OOPS concept. These methods are called as abstract methods. When you say you have an abstract method which doesn't have any implementation, can it stay inside a normal class? Absolutely no, because a class should be a concrete. It should have all the implementation. When an object is created for a class, it should be able to call a specific method which can perform some action. But an abstract method, it is just a declaration. It doesn't have any implementation. This is where we actually keep these methods inside a special class which is known as abstract class. This abstract class can have abstract methods. We cannot create an object for this class. So instead of discussing it in theory, let's try to do practically why we are not able to do certain things. What is a better way than trying it out and understanding in real time? Let's try to understand a problem and then we'll try to get into the implementation. Shipping mode is one of the common thing which happens across all the e-commerce applications. You might have seen like a standard shipping which will take like 4 to 7 days or something. And let's consider this as an example. Based on the pricing, you have a different cost for standard shipping. Similarly, we have a 2-day delivery. Let's call it as express delivery, where the shipping charges are a little high. Let's try to implement this functionality using Java mode. Can we think that like shipping is a single class where you can actually have all this logic at one place? We can. There is no problem with that. But the thing is, if you follow solid principles, according to open closed principle, your class should not be modifiable. It should be closed for modifications. It should be open for extension. So in case in future, if you wanted to support another 2 or 3 different types of shippings, that should be possible easily without making any changes to existing code. Let's try to do that now. Let's go to IntelliJ. Let's create a new class which is called shipping. So now inside shipping, what do we have? Based on this shipping information, we need to know what kind of shipping it is and what is the price. If you have these two things, that is enough. So let's keep them as variable. String, let's say mode, and the other one is price, which is double price. Done. Now let me create a constructor to get these two values. Done. Now I wanted to create a method where I can show the shipping information. Done. Now I wanted to display the mode as well as the shipping charges. The next one is, so for shipping charges, we wanted to calculate the charges also, but we don't have any method or any variable right now. So what we will do is we'll create a method which can actually calculate the shipping charges. Calculate. And since this method is not there, I'm going to create this method. It is going to return a double value because the amount will be in double. Done. Now, till now, this is very simple, which we don't have any problem. The class is created. In this particular method, we have to write the logic for standard shipping, express shipping. But based on the open closed principle, we don't want to do everything at one place. What we wanted to do is we wanted to extend it. So standard shipping class should actually have logic for calculating the shipping. Similarly, for express shipping also, it should have its own logic. So what we are going to do is we are going to keep this as abstract. Just with a single keyword, we can make this method as abstract. And since this method is an abstract, it should not have any implementation. We are going to delete all the implementation and end it with semicolon. So now this is an abstract method which can be called inside this class. Right. Now, since this is an abstract method, can we actually create an object of this shipping class? We cannot, because in order to create an object, you should have all the implementation. You should have a concrete implementation of all the methods. But here we don't have that. So that is the reason you have to mention this as abstract class. Since we created the method as abstract and the class also as abstract, now we cannot create an object for this particular class. And if you see here, since we have used an abstract and the access type is private, it is showing an error. So let's change the access type to public. Done. We are done with the shipping. Now let's see if we can actually create an object for this shipping class or not. So let me create a main method. I'll create a new class, shipping demo. So let's try to create a main method inside this. Shipping equal to new ship. We need to pass some inputs. Let's say we are just passing these values. See, here we are not able to create an object because if you see the error, shipping is abstract, cannot be instantiated. So we cannot create an object of shipping class directly. We are going to create a new class, which is standard shipping. Now, if you see this, we wanted to extend the shipping class. You can see an error. Since we are extending an abstract class and there is an abstract method, we have to implement that. So let's implement the method. Yes. Now, still there is another error, which is related to the constructor. So let's create the constructor also. Done. Now let us see the logic for standard shipping. How are we going to calculate the logic? If you see here, if the pricing is between 0 and 50, the charges are 8.5. If the pricing is between 50 to 100, it is 10.95. So let's try to build the logic for this. Done. This class, standard shipping class, this is called as a concrete class because it is implementing all the abstract methods which are there in the parent abstract class. Can I create an object for this now? Definitely we can. We will also check that. So before going into that, let's do one more small fix, which is here if you see, we have mode and price. These should be accessible only to the children. It should not be accessed directly outside also. So I'm going to use them protected. Ideal way would be keep them private and access them using getters and setters. Let me open the main method. In the main method, let's try to create an object of shipping class. Shipping, standard shipping equal to. Now I'm going to create an object of the right side, which is the standard shipping class. New standard shipping. And I need to pass a price. Let's say we are calling it 200. And if I call standard shipping dot show shipping info. Now let's try to run the application and see what is the output. Here you can see the shipping mode is standard shipping and the shipping charges are 13.95 based on this calculation. So till now everything is working fine. Now let's try to create another shipping type, which is express shipping with these values. I'm going to create a new class, and whatever I have done for standard shipping, I'll do the same thing here also. Extends shipping. Now it is showing errors because it is extending an abstract class and it doesn't implement it. So let's implement the method. Done. Let's do the constructor now. Now let's do the calculation for express shipping. This is the logic for the express shipping. The calculations are completely independent. There is no relation between standard and express delivery directly. Now let's try to create an object for this and then we'll try to check if it is working fine. Let's call express shipping dot show shipping info. Let's try to run this and see what is the output now. Yeah, so here you can see shipping mode is express delivery and the shipping charges are 27.95 based on our calculations. If it is between 100 to 200, the charges are 27.95. So this is how we can actually use abstract method and abstract class. And since we are making the class as abstract, no one can actually create an object for this abstract class. So this is about abstract. We have a couple of questions on abstract keyword now. We will go through each question and then practically we will check whether it is possible or not. So first one, can an abstract class have zero abstract methods? Interesting. So initially we thought if there is an abstract method that should exist inside an abstract class. But can we create an abstract class without any abstract method? Let's try. So I'm just removing this abstract in the abstract class and I'm just adding some default implementation. Yes, there is no compilation error. It works fine. And this method will be overridden in standard shipping and express shipping. So there is no problem. So then what is the point of adding abstract for this class? Still, there is a reason. Since you add it as abstract, no one can create an object for this class directly. Anyone who wanted to use a shipping, they have to use the object of standard shipping or express shipping or any other child. Let's go and check the next one. Can an abstract class have normal methods? Yes, it can. If you see here, this is a normal concrete method and it can have public, private, protected, any kind of methods. Can an abstract class have final members? Interesting. Let's see. Can I create a final variable? Yes, I can create it. There is no problem. Similarly, can I create a final method? Yes, I can create. There is no compilation issue. And if you want to know more about final, please follow for the next video. Can an abstract class have static members? Let us try to create a static variable. Yes, it is possible and you can access it. Because static members are class variables, they are not instance variables. And since shipping is a class, whether it is abstract or not, doesn't matter. You can access it using class name. Can we create object for abstract class? Of course, you already know that. It is not possible to create an object of abstract class directly, which we have already tried it, the main method. Try it again. Shipping. And it is creating an error. So you are not allowed to create an object for abstract class directly. And the reason is it has some methods which are just declared. There is no implement. Can we create an object of a concrete class? Yes. If you see, standard shipping is a concrete class which is extending an abstract class. It has implementation for all the methods. We can definitely create an object for concrete class. And you can also see here, we have created an object for standard shipping, similarly for express shipping also. Can an abstract method be private or protected? Let us try. Now, this is an abstract method. If I try to keep it private, will it work? It doesn't work because this method should be overridden in the child class. And keeping it private, it means this is accessible only inside this class. That is the reason it is showing a problem. Illegal combination of modifiers, abstract and private. And the other one, protected. Let's try. Yes, protected, it is working because the method can be accessible or overridden in the child class. That is the reason it is allowed. Next, can an abstract class inherit another abstract class? Let us try to check it. I'm going to create another class which is abstract class. It is showing some error. What is the error? Related to constructor. Nothing with the implementation of the method. So an abstract class can actually inherit another abstract class. When you actually try to check whether it is practically possible or not with using code, you get more hands-on experience. And that will actually help you in understanding more concepts clearly. Instead of just going through some theoretical things, try to apply the knowledge and try to see whether something is possible or not. This will help you in understanding the concept in depth, and it will also help you answer a lot of extra questions. So this is all about abstract class and method guys. If you have any questions, please do comment. For more information on Java, object-oriented programming, test-driven development, please follow our channel. Thank you.